Hello and welcome back to This or That with Kobe and Dash. Now, they were still presented by Verizon.
We are.
Don't forget that. But first order of business, last week we had the fuzz slide. Very controversial.
Very controversial.
Thank you, Kevin, though, for pointing out that our producers actually put a picture of Bun Bo Hue in there, which coincidentally is by far the superior Vietnamese dish that we went to the same place 4 times in 2 days.
Yeah.
And contributes to part of the reason why we both think that pho is indeed overrated.
Exactly.
Even though I know we got a lot of heat for that one, I stand by Bun Bo being the far superior dish.
I went no further than reading the text pho on that slide.
Then we saw red and we got
apologies, thank you to Kevin and like the 50 million other people that all decided to let us know that that was not actually pho on the screen, and sorry for insulting your flavor profiles, your palates. But with that, we're getting into our next This or That episode. First up, it's delete one mechanic from the game. This comes from Ethan, and he's wondering whether or not we would delete silence or fear.
So I play fiddlesticks.
Yeah.
Coincidentally uses both of these.
Both of them, exactly.
I'm a little torn. The fear is more important, so I'd rather keep that. So I'll go silence.
Yeah. In terms of, okay, so then I will delete fear because I think fear feels worse. Right? In a sense. Because at least when I'm silenced, I still have control over my character, so I can dodge, right? But with the fear, I have total loss of control of my character. I play a lot of Nocturne, and I can recognize how powerful the fear is, especially when people realize that when you fear an opponent, you can direct where they go by changing your own positioning. And I feel like that's an underutilized part of the fear mechanic. But I would delete fear because it's hard to play against.
Would you rather start with 1,000 gold advantage every game? Yes.
Wait,
yes.
I don't think that's an advantage. I think it's just everyone starts with 1,000 gold instead of the normal starting gold, or everyone starts at level 3. So like
we're gonna have to ask Mr. Talon.
Yeah, Talon, you can let us know.
Do you mean everybody, or is it an advantage? Because if it's just me, which type of advantage would I like to have? I will take the 3 levels every time. It's little known because people haven't looked into the actual stats, but if you apply gold value to just the stats that you get for every level, your health growth, your attack damage base growth, your everything that just comes with getting a level, it is around, depending on champion, around 500 gold per level.
Right.
So just right there, the level 3 wins.
You're matching.
Nice question, producers. Didn't think of that one, did ya?
So here's the thing.
And you get an extra ability.
Yes, I agree with Kobe in his incorrect reading of the question. That if it's an advantage over everybody else, I'm gonna go start at level 3. But I think the question is just how should Summoner's Rift start? And given that, I'm gonna jump on the side of 1,000 gold because I don't wanna lose the level 1, 2, and 3 aspects of the game. I wanna keep that. Just give me a little bit more to work with, you know? Especially as a jungler, like if I could start with jungle item plus a longsword or something, you know, just like a little bit more to speed those early levels up, that would feel good. But still not distort the game.
What can I say? I'm greedy. I always want my own advantage.
Oh, God.
Better moves, Raz, Twerk, or Phreak, Phloss.
We had to know this was coming.
Raz, Twerk.
It has to be Raz Nation.
Look at that dumpy, baby. Boom.
The dance moves so good. The man's got his own nation. There's no such thing as Phreak
looks
Nation.
like he's about to pop a vein over here. He's trying too hard, James.
Yeah, I'm not about it. It's
that's
all about
natural.
Raz. It's all about my boy Raz.
Next one, no contest here.
Dump truck.
There is a correct and incorrect response to that slide. Who would you rather have on the enemy team in SoloQ? This one is from Mihkel. Tryndamere Trundle split pushing all game. I do not want that. Or a fed assassin.
I also
Honestly,
don't want that.
I would rather do this because I feel like at least the fed assassin does get a bounty way quicker than the split pusher does, and you can actually collect that bounty. The split pushers take like 3-4 people to even try and go collect.
So I'm actually 100% with you. I think a fed assassin's a way easier to deal with. Get a little bit of lockdown onto that target. They're gonna be squishy. You kill them. Plus, you don't have to play a macro game to deal with them, which when you're talking about solo queue, trying to organize your 4 other dummy teammates to deal with a split pusher or to not deal with the split pusher and just go push instead, way too difficult. Give me the assassin that I can viol and kill.
Exactly, I was about to bring that up. Our favorite champion for both of us perfectly deals with this situation.
Exactly, so we know where we're going on that. Next up, more likely to happen, this one comes from Tony Gatts. GG turn to pumpkins and they miss playoffs, or TSM get crystal slippers and they make playoffs. More likely to happen is this. And I hate to say that because I actually think the Golden Guardians is playing fairly well right now, but it's more a comment on how impossible I feel like it is for TSM to make it to playoffs. So I just think that that's so less likely. I'm gonna give it to Golden Guardians.
Let's put a little name on that slipper. What needs to happen for that to actually happen? Like, are they signing like Jensen and a bunch of players that come in? Because right now that TSM team looks in no way, shape, or form like they're on a trajectory to overtake any of the other
Hotline League the other day, I was on it, and we brought up, okay, if you get Jensen, Niski, or Jizuke plus Ignar, do you have faith that that team can make playoffs? Of Huni, Spica with one of those mid laners, tactical, Ignar. Like, I think that's a decent shot, but again, you're just in such a mathematical hole. I don't see it happening, whereas this, missing playoffs, given how close the top 7, top 8 is reasonable.
Like you said, rough for Golden Guardians because they're the other end of this slide, which is it has to be that this is least likely to happen. So by default, you choose this one.
Yes, exactly.
But we also had a more in-depth discussion on TSM and the changes and stuff on the dive.
Check it out.
Way better than Hotline League.
Check it out. It already came out.
Better imports so far. Thank you, Maxi, for the suggested comment. Keep throwing those in the YouTube comments. Cloud9's import slots or Team Liquid's import slots. I gotta go.
That feels impossible. I'm gonna go Cloud9. I'm gonna beat you to it. Before you say it, I'm gonna say Cloud9. I'm gonna say Cloud9. While Team Liquid as a whole, as a team, I would probably argue is better. I'm gonna say that the imports are doing individually more work on the side of Cloud9 to keep them even in the standings.
I actually, and because Summit even said in his interview that Bwipo is the next best top laner, so he's giving full credit there.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. I have really wanted to see Hansama over here and have Hansama play in the LCS for so long. As good as Berserker is, later into the game, all these team fights, Hansama, and especially when he's with Core JJ, right in lane phase, level 2 kills. This man is a monster. So this is a really good slide, Maxi, but I'm gonna take Team Liquid side of it. This matchup is happening this weekend, by the way.
So we'll have our real answer soon enough.
All right, next question.
That might be slide of the week, though, right there, Maxi. Well done.
Will Team Liquid lose to Cloud9 this?
Yes or no? I kind of want the bet to live until the final week. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say—
It almost ended this last week, and we hadn't even thought of what we were betting, so I had to lay out the—
But I'm gonna vote with my heart on this one. I'm gonna say I want the bet to extend. Now, I'm not saying I don't want Mark to lose ultimately in the end, because I would love for Mark to lose and for Mark to have to eat spicy things. I just want the payoff.
Don't worry. Fun fact, I've never lost the bet to Mark. I've won every bet I've ever taken.
Fair enough. See, so I've got faith that you'll win it by the end of the split, but not this weekend, I think.
Okay.
All right.
So your prediction for the win is going to be Team Liquid winning?
Yes, because I do think Team Liquid is a better team.
Man, we talked about this a while too. We record the dive right before we record this.
Yeah.
And my end conclusion was and I referenced the bottom lane specifically, if Team Liquid bottom lane creates anything early on, and Core JJ, for Core JJ, that could be bottom lane 2v2, or that could be roaming mid, as we saw last weekend. I go Team Liquid, but otherwise I go Cloud9, and that's why this matchup is so exciting. Let's get to the next one, though.
Okay, you didn't even pick a slide. I'm just gonna point that out.
I did. I pointed to it.
You're taking the Cloud9. Okay. All right.
For the record, I picked Mark Z is gonna lose.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
More impressive play.
Josedeodo's Quadra kill on Lee Sin or Revenge's 2v1. Ooh.
So, this Quadra kill was very impressive.
Yes.
The one thing that was pointed out afterwards, when we were like, oh, how did he also get right onto tactical? Spica helped him out a little bit, get him in closer, but he was also still really close, and it was still played extremely well given that part. It's not like you really dock points due to like misplays of your opponents also. This one though, got me so excited for Revenge specifically and for Immortals.
Yeah, this was a heartbreaker game, by the way.
It wasn't like as mechanically impressive because it's just Graves, shotgun in the face, and you're like, wow, that shield bow's big.
And you know what? We already had an impressive Graves outplay following that ridiculous pause from Revenge against, I think it was EG, right? And so I think that pulls a little bit of the luster away from the Graves 2v1 because we've already seen it. So I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with the Lee Sin on Josedeodo, even if there was a small misplay from Speaker there to help him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. We got Uno Mas.
This is our move to next slide, by the way.
Yeah, that's
People
what
have caught on.
Yeah.
We're gonna add little tricks
A
to
little flourish. That's what we do, a little flourish. Last slide here. Which analyst B skin is an Instabuy? Credit to our boy George here, who does incredible art, and you've probably seen it all throughout your history of watching League of Legends.
I'm a little sad. George, you made Beezael look cooler than me.
Emi-Bee. I mean, Kobe just sounds too perfect.
I do like my big weapon, though. I'm a big fan of two-handed weapons.
Yeah.
So.
I like how you are a Hecarim bee.
I'm like a centaur of like the bee version of a centaur.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Kobe because I think name-wise too, it just makes the most sense, you know?
Also, I would use that skin because I play Hecarim a ton.
Exactly.
Hecarim is really good in jungle right now.
Exactly. What is Emily playing here?
Is
that Nunu? Because she's
That's
riding
gotta be
on,
Nunu. Yeah,
right?
that's Nunu. So what is this one? He's got a sword. Is it like Fiora,
Fiora
maybe?
is what I was thinking.
But he's
or
also
Aurelia with
the wings.
Oh, but that wouldn't have a sword.
No.
I was just because of the wings kind of made me
Yeah,
think
I think
Aurelia
it's gotta
did.
be Fiora.
Or Aatrox maybe?
Aatrox has big
Kale.
ass,
It's
though.
Kale. It's gotta be
he
Kale.
loves Kale.
And he's a big Kale player.
That actually was really good. That was good one.
Okay.
Cause he loves split pushing. If you ever play with
does.
Beezael, he's one of those top laners. Goes off.
I'm going Kobe though still. I'm sorry. After all said and done, I'm gonna go Kobe because I'm a Hecarim player as well.
That's an
So
unbiased choice right there.
Unbiased choice.
Mine is biased. I think that, man, actually the Nunu one for Emily looks really good too. Because I like the actual Nunu, the animal. Actually, Willump is the animal.
Willump.
Nunu
is the person,
Nunu is
the
the
little
rider.
boy.
I'm gonna go with Emily.
All right. Emi-Bee.
Emi-Bee, excuse me.
Emi-Bee.
Also-
Kobe. Sorry, Beezael.
Tune in this weekend. Cloud9 versus Team Liquid. Don't miss it.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.